Yo, this is Tin Man TC.
And this is your boy High IQ.
And this is Fried Bologna.
The podcast is as random as Kobe turned into a fat ass.
Fried Bologna.
A hood delicacy.
Gangsta, no originality. Take a ride with the natural. I ain't blow up yet. Fear the greatest bomb in the apple. No originality. Take a ride with the natural. I ain't blow up yet. Fear the greatest bomb in the
What's up, bro?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's up with you?
Man, not much, man. Just been watching this news, man, and damn, I don't know what to say, man. I feel bad for these folks out in Houston, out, in Texas, man. That shit is rough.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to everyone in Houston. Our prayers go out to everybody out there, man. It's brutal out there, man. It just seems
I
like
can't believe it. I heard that
worse.
some people, it's getting worse, man. I heard that some people that moved to like Houston from Katrina, when the Katrina shit happened, are now in Houston. That shit's happening again, man. That is rough, dude. And I hear that Joel Osteen, a man of the cloth, was like turning people away.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
And some shit like we'll start opening our doors once all the shelters are full. And then he eventually opened the doors to people because of pressure from, like social media and the news and shit.
How do you justify doing that?
No, you can't
Come
justify
on,
it. I mean, it's never been more apparent that he's just using Jesus for that payday.
Man, that's some sick shit, man.
That is some sick shit. Jesus and Floyd Mayweather have a lot in common. He gets niggas paid. Paid.
$1 million paydays. Yeah, you damn right, man. Yeah.
Jets, all that kind of shit, man.
Yeah, man. Custom made suits.
Yes. Hey, robes.
Robes. Yeah, man. Oh, speaking of Houston, I'm not sure if you heard, but I just, kind of some hip hop related news. I read that all of UGK's, like their entire catalog, got lost in the flood apparently.
Yeah, I heard that shit too. And talk about pouring salt in the wound.
Yeah. But I'm no hip hop engineer or nothing like that, but I thought like all that should be digital anyway. I know they're from like the old school, no disrespect, but I thought like that's just the norm. Like you have a catalog because everything is MP3s anyway, even the old stuff, right? That's what I thought.
Yo, I got all my like mixtapes and old CDs and shit on my external hard drive. So that means if I lose my external hard drive, I lose all that shit too. So their shit could have been digital, but maybe not like on the cloud or something. So
oh man, you gotta fuck with the cloud, bruh. Gotta go on that cloud.
Nah, man, the cloud's been fucking up celebrities. Shit, they got Tiger, apparently. So you don't want your shit on the cloud.
Oh, but you know what though? Like from what I've heard, that's a little bit more so. That's kind of like on them a little bit because their passwords are, like Bob Saget's password is probably Full House. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not really paying attention to what their passwords are. You know what I mean? So I'm guessing as long as your password is airtight, put some numbers and some caps in there and some symbols. I guess I think you'll be all right. I don't know. We got to research.
The problem is, man, those passwords are just too hard to remember.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy just to put your last name and the year you were born.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, it's nothing more frustrating than like when you're in a rush and you need to log in and you get that failed login error. Like, God, I got depending on what site you're on. Yeah, because you got 2 more attempts after that, or 3 or 4 more attempts, and then shit's gonna get real. You're gonna be locked out for a minute. Yeah.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's why. That's why I just like all my passwords are similar, but entirely different from one another. Yeah, my password game's pretty strong, but I've definitely seen stronger.
Yeah, I mean, I would say because you know how they give you color indicators of like how strong your password is. Like yellow, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of weak, bro. I'm trying to get in the green, always. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's
hey,
what
well,
you gotta
man, it's a work in progress. I mean, the more accounts you open online, the more practice you can get. So stick in there, buddy.
Yeah, man, I'm not trying to get hacked, man. I'm not trying to get hacked, man.
Yeah, same here, man. That's a terrible feeling.
Yeah, man. That whole fattening thing was crazy, man.
Oh, yeah. So I've heard.
So I've heard as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of exposed women and men, apparently, and yeah, it sucks. If that hasn't taught us anything, is to stop taking naked pictures of yourself and being famous, because if you're famous, people are gonna try to see you naked. That just comes with the territory.
Yeah, and it pretty much confirmed what we thought Hollywood was about. Like when we were like, man, I wonder how she got that role. Thanks to the fattening, we know how she got the role. Confirmed.
Oh yeah. So it's unfortunate that these folks went and got themselves hacked. But again, celebrities, stop getting naked and taking pictures. You're famous. You're famous.
Yeah.
Your body should always be a mystery unless you do a nude scene in Swordfish and go to the movies with your parents and have your mom look at you weird when you finally see Halle Berry's titties. That was weird.
Why
I
would
did
you
go to Swordfish with my parents?
Why would you do
me and my
that?
brother went to Swordfish with our parents. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they took us with them. Maybe they took us with them as like a prank to see how we would respond to seeing Halle's titties. And I think it went just as they imagined it would.
Well, just look at it
if
like
I was
this.
white, I'd have been red.
Yeah. Look on the bright side though. It could have been worse. It could have been Monsters Ball. That shit would have been awkward as fuck. Yeah.
Man, I haven't gotten over that. Like when I saw that, by the way, that's the only scene I've ever seen in that movie. I have no idea what that movie's about. But when I did see that, I felt like Halle was cheating on me. And she recorded it and sent it out to the world.
Well, I'm going to keep it real with you. I have seen the entire movie. But the only reason why I saw the entire movie was because I kept watching thinking it was going to be more.
Like, you don't got to make an excuse to watch the whole movie. If anything, I should be making the excuses to why I've never seen the whole movie, but only seen that scene a few dozen times.
Yeah, they should just do a special edition. It's just that scene repeating. Special edition, Blu-ray,
from
4K,
from different angles.
Yeah, director's cut. Cut that check. That's a good idea, man.
Man, that's just porn.
Yeah, you're right. Cut that check, Reality King. We just gave you an idea. Cut that check, Bang Bros. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, I was just thinking, I need a vacation, man. And one of the places I've always wanted to go, man, is Japan, man. I want to see what Tokyo be like. Shout out to Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
Nihongo ga skoshi dekimasu.
Wow, never knew you knew Japanese, bro. That's incredible.
I mean, if you know what that sentence meant, it says I do speak a little Japanese. However, that is the only thing I know how to say in Japanese.
Well, it sounded fluent as fuck.
I've always wanted
Japan.
to use it on a Japanese speaker and then have them say something else to me and then you just fall out of the conversation.
Still impressive. Yeah, man. But I hear you, man. I've heard great things about Japan, man.
Japan.
Yeah. How long is that flight? Like 16 hours, I think, from New York to Japan, I think. 16 hours? It's no joke.
God damn.
It's no joke.
Yeah. So I would definitely have to smoke or drink something and just pass out for as long as I could on that plane because I got these long legs, man, and they're not plain legs. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're over like 5'10", a plane ain't for you. And they're just making the bitches smaller.
Yeah, yeah. But if you go first class, you know.
How much money do you think I got?
That. Yeah. Didn't we wasn't there a point in time where we thought we were gonna go to Australia and we looked at prices?
Yes. We were in the dorm room, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
like
we immediately restricted.
Yeah, we were like, maybe we should keep it in the States. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Maybe we should have a road trip.
Yeah. That one hurt, man. That one hurt.
Hey, maybe one day, man. We ain't dead yet.
Yeah, we still got time. But they ain't getting no cheaper.
Oh, no. No, they're not.
Yeah, man.
Nah, tickets are out of this goddamn world. Price of gas is going up. The gas companies over here basically just hiking up the prices on these poor people in the southeast, man, because of Hurricane Harvey, man. Just a fucked up situation all around.
Yeah, man. People and organizations are fucking up, man. I just read that Best Buy, I think it was Best Buy. They were charging people for water,
like $50 for a case of water. Yeah, they said it was a mistake though.
Oh, okay, yeah. The oversight on their part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, meaning, shit, we got caught. Damn.
Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, and see now companies have to stay on point because of social media, man. I mean,
people be telling.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even think about it now. There's a 99% chance if you take an L in a fist fight, that's going online. There's no
Oh yeah, and it's doing numbers too.
Yeah, it's going viral. Your L is going viral. Oh, that sucks, man. Remember when I think it's still a fad when people are, world star whenever someone got knocked out,
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, as soon as people get the hint of some shit just turning up a little bit, cameras are on you from different angles. Everybody's a goddamn film producer now, man. You remember back in the day, you see that kid who always carried a camera to school and he was weird? Yeah. All of us are him now.
Yeah.
And he's like a hipster, like, man, I remember when I was the only one walking around with a camera.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I watched the May versus Mac fight.
Who didn't? Apparently 6.5 million of us watched it.
Yeah, that's a lot and they had 3 million illegal streams too. That's crazy. That's crazy.
10 million people.
Yeah, man. Like I watched that.
Which side of the fence did you fall on? No, I'm just playing. Don't answer that question. No need to incriminate yourself.
Yeah, Fed's watching. Fed's listening. Yeah, man. But I watched it from a different angle.
What are your final thoughts?
First off, I was satisfied with the fight. I was entertained. I enjoyed the fight for what it was. It was good. I felt like I got my quote unquote money's worth. Now, that being said, listen, me and you've been watching boxing for a long time.
Right.
There are a lot of casuals out there that are giving Conor, and I'm a big fan of Conor a little bit too much props. They're not realizing that Floyd Mayweather has never fought that way in his entire career. Ever. He made that fight competitive in the early rounds. He didn't even faint. He didn't even give Conor different looks. So I wasn't really.
He used like the minimum amount of boxing skill he had.
Yeah. It was like it really. I mean, and no disrespect to Conor and the UFC, but really, like, if you really watch Floyd's fights, and I've seen every Floyd Mayweather fight, man, as a professional, it really was like LeBron going to the park and playing a middle school kid. It really was like that. And no disrespect, it really was like that.
And letting him take like open jumpers. And of course he's going to knock down a couple.
Perfect. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Now, speaking of Conor, I was impressed with his movement. You know, I mean, I was impressed with. See, on one hand, I'm impressed that he landed some shots, but on the other hand, I'm like, well, he only landed those shots because Floyd was just walking forward. You're gonna hit something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the other thing is Conor's cardio. So,
oh, man. What cardio?
Right. Now, here's the thing with his cardio. Now, we all knew he was going to gas because there's no way you'd be able to just get in the ring and fight 12 rounds if you've never done it before. Like, you know, in an actual fight.
And with,
zero
the
record.
most conditioned fighter in modern history.
Yeah. Floyd wasn't even breathing hard at all. And Conor was dying. He was dying, right? So I wasn't surprised that he gassed, but I was a little surprised at how weak his punches became. Like, you've seen guys that are like dying in there, but every now and then they'll throw a hard shot and like, okay, you know, they're still in it. Conor was doing nothing but pity pat punches from round 5 on. Like, nothing on those shots, right?
Nothing. Not a single. It was like he was like flinging feathers.
Yeah. I mean, there was a couple times where he was literally like just literally touching Floyd's nose. Just like pity pat. I guess he was trying to find his range, but the straight left never came. He's like, I'm too tired for this shit. So what did you think about the stoppage?
That's what happens in boxing fight, matches. Like that's what happens. A guy doesn't throw punches, like for a minute, and he's just getting punched in the face and he's backing up and trying to clinch, and he almost collapses a couple times. He's practically dead on his feet. Like that's what's supposed to happen. It's not like in MMA. If a guy's dead, he's got to hit the ground in MMA in order for the ref to step in. That's what happened. Like, I think the Ward Kovalev fight was stopped too early. But not this one. I think the ref got it right. For how boxing is refereed, he got it right.
And I'm not sure if you've heard some of Paulie's interviews, but do you agree with him when he says that Conor quit?
Well, I don't think Conor had much of a choice to quit because he is not properly conditioned to finish the fight.
But to Paulie's point, he's saying, dude, you're complaining that the ref stopped it, but all you had to do was just throw a jab, a punch, you know, just a punch, and the ref would have stepped back. And Paulie was saying he saw that in the training camp too. When the pressure was getting to Conor, or he got tired, he didn't really have that thing in him to be like, well, I'm really going to go out on my shield.
Well, that's the difference also between, from boxing as a young kid to being in championship fights is these guys have kind of developed that will or that no quit, that this is just what you do. It's like second nature. MMA is different. Conor, they don't fight that long. So he's in complete unfamiliar territory. So yeah, I do believe he quit, but I think he quit because, that's what he was done. He was done. He was done 2 rounds ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was so
Floyd
crazy
kept fighting. Like he was trying to go away. And Floyd just kept punching him. Yeah,
man. It was so crazy that, Conor was talking all this shit like, I'm going to come forward. I'm not going to take a step back. And I watched the fight for a second time from a different angle, not like a broadcast, but just from someone's phone. Mm-hmm. And it was amazing to see Conor just getting walked down from round 3 on, just walked down. Like Conor was retreating the entire time. But I mean,
yeah, well, Conor had to sell his part of the fight. That was part of the promotion. He had to sell the belief that he was going to give Floyd trouble. He had to make novices of boxing and huge MMA fans, huge Conor fans, the folks from Ireland, which we can all just go ahead and just say, you mean, your white folks. He had to convince them that he was going to beat Floyd Mayweather. And he did a great job. He made me bet the decision. I lost $20 on this fight because I thought Floyd was just going to beat him in decision.
Wow.
Yeah. So I never thought he was going to win, but I thought he was going to, at least being that he's tough, I thought he was, I knew he was going to get his ass whooped, but I thought his toughness would keep him through 12 rounds.
Yeah, like I think we were telling, I think when we were talking I forget who we were talking to, but we were talking about the fight. I think it was the day before, or maybe the day of, and I changed my opinion. And I said I thought it would be just an accumulation of punches, but what I envisioned was Conor still being game, but he was just taking too much punishment, and like his face was like a bloody mess, and the ref just had to step in, but Conor was still throwing.
Right.
I thought Floyd would tag him, but just from, watching UFC, I felt like Conor would be able to just eat a lot of that shit. But, Floyd punches a lot harder than people think, man. Those straight rights. Ugh, man.
Yeah, nobody, Floyd's not the hardest puncher. We all know that, but Floyd is not obviously guys stay off of him for a reason. Because he was walking to Conor's punches, and Conor was trying to get away from his. Everybody tried to get away from Floyd's punches.
Yeah.
You got to respect it.
And a big thing that isn't being talked about is, again, no disrespect to Conor, but how hard it is to really fight on the inside. Conor, like Floyd was walking forward, and Conor was trying to take a couple steps back to give himself more room to land his straight punches. But when he got smothered, he had no inside work. Like he wasn't really like on top of Floyd, slipping in uppercuts, throwing in hooks. He couldn't do it. He didn't know how.
Fighting in a telephone booth.
Right. He that pressure got to him because he kept trying to step back, and Floyd figured it out. He's like, oh, this dude can't fight on the inside at all. But
that's because
honestly,
that's not how you fight in the MMA, and that also comes with years and years and years of practicing boxing. It's the sweet science, man, because there's just so many elements to it. So many subtleties.
And to be fair, there are some boxers, professional boxers, that still have trouble boxing on the inside. Case in point, Kovalev. Ward was smothering a lot of Kovalev's punches, and that's what gave Kovalev a lot of problems. He needs that room. He's a rangy fighter, you know what I mean? So,
right.
Yeah, man. But okay, so let me ask you this: would you want to see Conor in the boxing ring again?
I guess it would depend on who he's fighting. But no, I don't need to see him in the boxing ring again. I think this, the Conor Paulie fight is intriguing, just because all the shit that they've been talking to one another. But nah, I don't need to see him in the ring unless it was somebody worth seeing him fight.
Yeah, I think there's no other person in the world that wants that fight more than Paulie right now. Man. Yeah,
Paulie said he wants a winner take all fight. So yeah, he's definitely looking for a couple of dollars. He must be a little hard up on cash at the moment or something.
Yeah, man. I was if I was him, I'd say, hey man, take the L, enjoy that Showtime gig because he does a hell of a job, and keep it moving, man. Just keep it moving. But,
yeah, because something tells me it's not going to go Paulie's way. It's like things haven't gone Paulie's way like in at least 5 years. So it's hard for me to believe that this will go his way.
Yeah, even when he wins, he gets robbed on decisions.
Yeah.
So, damn, you know what though? Damn, looking back, Paulie has taken a lot of L's in boxing. He took an L with his Conor footage. Then who could forget when he fought Adrian Broner and arguably won that fight, arguably. But the disrespect after the fight given by Broner.
He brought tears out of that man. And I do mean that literally. My man Paulie was crying. He loved that girl.
Oh, man. Took his belt and his girl. He told that to Paulie in front of millions of people, millions of viewers.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Man.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, don't worry. He could probably beat Broner now, though.
Probably. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch. Why not?
Man, that would be like a match of the fall-offs. Like, that would be the big three version of boxing.
Now, and by the way, I think Broner just made an appearance on I forgot the name of the show, man. The podcast. Man, I forgot. Noriega.
Well, there's only one podcast that matters though. And that's
we all know that. Podcast. Yeah, that's why I didn't say the name.
But you're talking. Yeah, you must be talking about.
No, we're not going to say the name.
Yeah,
Nori's
podcast. Yeah, the other podcast. Yeah. Yeah.
But,
are we beefing with them now? I don't want that smoke. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nori and the drink chat.
Yeah.
I'll say the name.
the real Noriega. But yeah, I was watching some of that, and Broner was on there. And hear me out on this. I know this is gonna sound crazy because you know I'm one of the critics of Broner.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we owe Adrian Broner an apology. Now,
yeah, please explain yourself.
I'll explain. He's a prime example of you don't know what you don't know. Now, let me explain. You'll probably say, well, how can you say that? He has Mayweather telling him, to get on the right path and do this and do that, right? But from Adrian Broner's perspective, he's made it. He is a superstar because, I don't know if you know this, but before, I think maybe right before he turned pro or right after he turned pro, I can't remember. He was facing charges and he was facing like 57 years, right? 60 years in prison, right? He I don't know. I haven't really heard any details, but it was like, I guess some I don't know. Whatever gets you 60 years. Maybe, I don't know.
Man, yeah, I have no idea. Damn, he must have raped somebody and then killed them. And then raped him again.
But I've heard him say that multiple times. Like, yeah, I was facing 57 years, but he really doesn't get into details in interviews. And I was like, you gotta understand, from his perspective, he defied all odds and made it. Like, to him, and like in our eyes, we're looking at him like, man, you got so much potential and you could be great and you could be the next Floyd possibly and all this stuff. But in his eyes, he's already made it there because he's not supposed to be here. 57 years. You get what I'm saying?
Shouldn't that give him like more work ethic? Because I believe there was a boxer by the name of Bernard Hopkins who actually went to prison and came out and worked hard.
But
I understand how grateful he is, and he ain't supposed to be here, all that other kind of stuff. But man, that's supposed to be motivation for you to want to be great.
But I'm putting on my high IQ PhD hat on here. But the thing is, it's no different. It's literally different strokes for different folks because it's the same thing. Like, if I grew up in a fucked up household, right? High IQ personality A will be like, if I go to college, I'm a success. Or if I just get a high school diploma, I'm a success. But another version of me will be like, man, I want to get to high school, but that's not enough. I want to be a better person for my kids, and they're going to strive to be better. It's just It just depends on what version you are. And I don't think there's no possible way you can get out of your own way. You are who you are, right?
That is true. You are who you are. I do agree with that.
So
and you definitely turn more into yourself when you get more money.
Right, right. There is no turnaround story for Broner. There is no turnaround story for he is what he is. But
yeah, that's unfortunate, man, because I think Adrian Broner, I think Sean Porter's dad is. Adrian Broner is very talented, but he's not a skilled fighter, and I do believe that. And but he didn't. I think he looked at Floyd, saw the way how flashy Floyd is and how much money he makes, and forgot how Floyd got that money, how he continues to get money by working to be the very best fighter of all time. And Broner could be that guy. Could have been. Excuse me. I think he's done now. Could have been that guy, or at least one of the best. And again, he's not even on the list of top fighters anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it goes by, man. Like when you got like a window, and if you don't capitalize, especially in boxing, if you don't capitalize on these opportunities, that window, once it closes, it usually stays closed, man. You know?
Yeah, and because I mean, you remember Danny Garcia. I think Danny Garcia losing to Keith Thurman hurt his star power.
Yeah. I agree.
I really don't even think he really wanted that fight, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely not. No, he didn't want that fight. Leading up to that fight, even though Angel was talking his usual shit, I felt like they weren't really confident they could beat Keith Thurman.
No, they weren't.
You know, like I didn't think they really believed they could beat that dude. I wouldn't mind seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing Danny versus Broner. Why not?
That'd be entertaining. Shit, might as well.
Yeah.
So Danny can whoop his ass, Broner take another L.
Yeah, man.
So or might as well.
Or you know, it'd be interesting. Broner versus Berto.
Broner versus who?
Berto.
Oh, the two most underachieving fighters of all time boxing one another. Yes, that would be very good. That'd be a very good fight.
Yeah, man. Berto's my guy,
could have been.
Berto's my guy, man. He got that Floyd stimulus package, man. He should just relax and chill now.
He really should. Speaking of Floyd, one last thing about Floyd. So, Floyd had on that mask when he came out.
Mm-hmm.
Which not at first. I didn't really get it. I didn't understand. I was just like, this is a little, like, Floyd hasn't come out to the ring, besides being with rappers and whatnot, he hasn't come out with, like, making a spectacle of himself, really, in a while. Mm-hmm. And so apparently the mask symbolized him being a burglar of sorts and saying he's going into the Guinness Book of World Records for that heist. He did steal easy money. He walked in to a ring full of people watching and stole $300+ million.
Wow. Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather for president.
Yeah. So, I mean, being able to steal $300 million in 36 minutes
and getting away with it and doing interviews about it.
Telling people he did it. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. It has the proof. It has the bags and bags and bags and bags of money to prove it. Hey, Floyd, if you ever listen to this, man, rent's due soon, and I could definitely use about a few $100,000 to pay my rent. So, please go ahead and let me hold some. I appreciate it for looking out.
Floyd, if you're listening, just buy the channel for $20 million. Buy our podcast for $20 million. Why not?
Yeah, you should. This will be the first podcast you have. And as good as a promoter and business minded you are, I think you can make us blow up better than we could ourselves.
TMT.
Yeah. So, hey, so we talked about Will Smith. What was it? Was that last call or the call before last? And we agreed that Will Smith does need a hit. He's in desperate need of a hit.
Yeah,
and,
speaking of that, I'm getting death threats because of that shit, though. People are coming at my neck for that, man. Jeez.
Yeah, well, you'd be happy to know that I think he heard us, and but I think he misunderstood the kind of hit that he was talking about, or that we were talking about, because he thought we were talking about music, and we were not talking about music because, quite frankly, Will Smith shouldn't make music anymore, but he did.
What are you about to tell me?
With
What are you about
DJ
to tell me?
Jazzy Jess, these two old motherfuckers came out with a song. Oh, it gets worse.
Wait, you mean they released? You're talking about you probably what you mean is they released a track from back in the day, an unreleased track. They wouldn't record new music.
No, that's not what I mean. I think you're misunderstanding. IQ, I'm telling you that they recorded new material, and the public has heard it. Maybe not you. I heard a snippet. The song is called something like "Get Lit."
No, you fucking with me, man.
I would. Yeah, he did that. Will, I know you're an avid listener. And I understand that sometimes when you hear things, you don't. It's difficult to understand the message. Sometimes you don't know us all that well, so you don't know what we mean by certain things. But Will, Mr. Smith, you need a hit movie, a movie that we watch in theaters on the screen when you act. So just so there's no confusion, that's what we meant. So you don't have to make music anymore. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, and to make it easy, I'll make it really simple. 223, iRobot 2, I Am Legend 2, Bad Boys 3, easy word.
Will, you've got 3 hits right there, and even if they're not hits, they're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, man.
So that's a win for everybody. Did you say I Am Legend 2?
Yeah.
You do know he blew himself up in that movie, right?
You could do a prequel.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Well, that would be I Am Legend .5 or something, or before the Legend, before I was Legend.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But I would watch it.
I'd watch it. I mean, Will Smith, and I'm still gonna watch it. I watch Will Smith's good movies and his not so good movies. You notice I didn't say bad movies because Will Smith don't make bad movies.
7 fucking pounds. 7 fucking pounds. Wild Wild West.
Wait. Did you say 7 Pounds is a bad movie?
7 Pounds was a forced Oscar movie.
Listen,
like I've never seen before.
I don't mean to make this pun, but you're heartless. Because 7 Pounds was a hell of a movie.
No, there's no way you could say 7 pounds. No, it was horrible. It was horrible, man. It was horrible.
Jesus Christ. Dude, what is wrong with you?
Hey, man, I'm telling.
What is your favorite movie? Not of Will Smith, just in general. What is your favorite movie? Do you have one? Because you seem to hate every movie that comes out.
Look, I'm not hard to please. I just like good acting and good writing. So
pornos don't count, by the way.
The writing is getting better in those. But I will say, off the top of my head, a dope movie, A Bronx Tale, 1993, I think. Now that's a movie. That's a movie, man. De Niro.
Okay. It's a good movie.
Who else we got? I'm a tough critic, man. Like a favorite of mine. I mean, it's not great, but it's just I like it. Snatch. It's a dope movie. Guy Ritchie.
It's a good movie.
So I'm not hard to please, man. I just like I just don't like movies that are forced.
Man, every movie is forced. You're supposed to go out there and just try to understand it and enjoy it.
Yeah, but it's hard when
allow yourself to enjoy a movie, man.
Shit, it's hard when you got people literally on screen reciting lines as if they're reading them. I mean, oh no, I can't believe this. You know, shout out to Channing Tatum. God damn, Channing Tatum gives me belief.
He's one of the worst actors of all time.
Yeah,
he
man,
is awful, terrible.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, I'm a pretty laid back dude, but even I get riled up. There's no emotion coming from Channing Tatum in any of his characters. And he's like a bro in every movie. Yeah. Even when he's not supposed to be, I just feel like, hey, that's the dude that used to be on a football team. I don't know why I feel that way. It just has that look, you know. Or he played lacrosse or something. He was a douche somehow. Yeah, man. Yeah, like dude. The kind of dude that abbreviates words that shouldn't be abbreviated. Oh man, yeah. That's who Channing Tatum is. Yeah. Shout out to Channing Tatum. Keep up the okay work. Yeah. Keep doing just enough. Yeah, man. I mentioned The Rock though. I like The Rock as an actor, man. I think The Rock is dope. Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. The Rock has incredible screen presence, and I don't think I've seen a bad movie that The Rock was in. Listen, honestly. He was the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. You think he can't act? You think he can't command the stage? That's The Rock, man. That's Dwayne. He went to the U. Man. Can't go wrong with the U, man. Do you watch that show, Ballers? Yeah, The Rock's in there. No, I do not. And I'm surprised because I generally watch everything The Rock is in. You got to check out that show. It's really good, man. It's in season 3 now, I think. It's dope. Catching up is fun, but catching up and I just can't sit in front of the TV like I used to. That's hard, man. I just can't sit in front of the TV and watch 5 episodes no more. My kid won't allow it. Oh yeah, that's hard. Yeah, it's hard to binge watch when you got a toddler. Yeah, man. They demand so much attention. You got to make sure they eat. She's using the potty now, so you got to run her to the potty. She can't take herself and pull her own pants down. You got to help her with that. Oh man, yes, full-time job, man. Yeah, it most certainly is. Yeah, no, I'm just bullshitting. It's not a big deal. But I mean, she does keep me from, sitting in front of the TV for too long. That part is true. Yeah, but you know what? I meant to ask you about this. I don't even know what show I was watching. It's a reality show, and I guess it was about an interracial couple. Okay, and they had a 2-year-old daughter. And I guess the husband is always traveling and working or whatever, right? So the mom is black and the husband's white, and the mom is always just taking care of the daughter, And so I guess she needed a break, whatever, right? So she spent the day with her friends or whatever, right? And he's like, okay, I'll take care. I'll watch the kid. I have some errands to run, but I'll just take her with me, right? So one of the errands he had to run was to go to his daily tennis lesson, right? And so, wait, what? Don't you cancel that? Right. That's what I thought. I was like, that's peculiar. So he goes to tennis lesson, and he tells the daughter to sit on the bench, and the daughter probably sits on the bench for about I would say maybe a millisecond, and then she proceeds to just run around the court because she's a baby, and that's what they do. Yeah, but then he proceeds to get pissed. He's like, put the racket down. I'm not gonna do this anymore with you. I was like, isn't that about being a dad? Like, you gotta understand that the daughter is a baby. Like, maybe you can't do the sin lesson today. But I was like, are dads really having this dilemma? To me, that's just being a good father, right?
Listen, this dad doesn't have that dilemma.
Right.
I'm of the firm belief, and I thought most parents are, if not all parents, it's kid before anything. If I got plans and I got my kid, and my kid doesn't fit into those plans, I cancel those plans.
Right. You know how I knew you was a good dad? I knew you was a good dad when, like, the times I've seen you interact with your kid, and she'd be talking, the typical baby gibberish sometimes, or half English, yeah. You actually engage in the conversation. Like, you're not really saying, yeah. You're actually having a conversation with her. You're actually interested in what she's saying.
I can decipher what you say. I think every parent can decipher what their kids are saying, but it's all about talking to them like a real person, man. Like, talk to them in real words, they'll say real words back to you. You talk to them in like not real words like that, the baby talk, they'll start talking like that. So me and my kid, we chopping it up. Yeah.
And I, cause I see that, I see that a lot. I see that a lot with, I'm going to say I see it a lot with, white moms. They, it happens at the grocery store a lot. Like, they'll talk to the 3-year-old and they'll be like, Courtney, now what do we say? What do we say? And then Courtney's like, fuck you, Mom, And
hey, I'm gonna stop you there, man. I hear what you're saying, but no bullshit. Stereotypically, you know how we always see young white kids cussing out their white moms. Stereotypically, yeah, that shit is not true anymore. All kids be cussing out their parents. There's bad parents all over the place now, man. Nobody got control of their kids no more. So if there's anything that time has brought us as far as equality goes, is the fact that everybody's a shitty parent now. It is not relegated stereotypically to white folks no more. Everybody's a shitty parent. Like, I've seen some shit from black parents, white parents, Asian parents, Latino parents, I don't know what the fuck they are. Parents are bad all over the spectrum.
And that's so crazy that it's changed, because when I was a kid, and if someone approached me and said, hey, you can either cuss out your mom right now, or we cut off your hand, I would, without hesitation, I would say, just cut off my left one because I'm right-handed. I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, I could do it out of left hand, but I don't want to die.
Right? That's my life. Die by the hands of your mom? No, I'm good.
Yeah, that shit hurts worse.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. Hey, you're supposed to be afraid of your parents.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
That's what I always thought. I'm not sure if that's got to not be wrong. That's got to be right. Like, you're supposed to be afraid of your parents.
Yes.
That's how they gain your respect, is by putting that fear in you.
Right. 100% agree. Like I don't care how old you are. If you're 6 or 8, 10 years old, whatever. Shit, even 4 or 5 years old, right? When your mom says the words, wait till your father gets home, that's supposed to deliver many strokes. You're supposed to have many heart attacks. Look, I remember one time.
Yeah. Anxiety. I think that's where all these kids got anxiety now. I think that's where anxiety should have came from. Is wait till your daddy gets home. That shit was liable to make you piss the shit on yourself in that moment. You be pleading with your mom. You be trying to do some extra cleaning, suck it up to her, want them to drink.
Yeah.
Nah. Wait till your daddy gets home. Get him something to drink.
Man.
And the belt.
Yeah, the belt. Yeah.
Man, my dad used to make us go pick the belt.
Oh.
Like, he'd be like, go get my belt. And, you know, there would be the variety there. There'd be like the church belt, which is like light, which it stings a little bit, but not like those jeans belts. You know, like the belt to hold up your jeans. That belt would be like heavy and thick. And that was like the light middleweight, or excuse me, light heavyweight of like the belt class. But then my dad had his work belt, his mailman belt. That shit was like 4 or 5 pounds. And dude, that shit felt like he was with me with one of them workout belts.
Bruh.
So if we got the Mike Tyson the belt, we fucked up.
Yeah.
Every now and then he'll let us get by with that church belt. Every now and then.
Yeah, my dad wasn't really a belt guy. He was more like a slap upside the head guy, you know. Which
my dad was that guy too.
Oh yeah, okay. So your dad was just very.
My dad was like an MMA of he was a mixed martial whoopin. He's an MMW.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was more one-dimensional. He was just like a boxer. Yeah. Yeah, man. But there was only one time like my dad actually squared up with me. Yeah. He got real.
That sounds like scary
he got
shit
real quick. Yeah. We almost fought, but luckily it got broken up. But
I hear that. I've heard that with a few guys and their dads. Like, yeah, me and my dad almost got in a real fight. You know, I've heard dudes say that. Like, that hasn't been uncommon. I literally never almost fought my dad. 'Cause I don't feel like my dad would give me a chance. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think my dad would let me square up. I think my ass would already be kicked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like before you know it, you're waking up.
Yeah, like before I could even finish that thought, I'm getting the body shots, and then I'm getting the one to the head, and then that's it. And then he tells me to get up and go outside and play. That's how my dad did. That's how my dad did back in the day. Like, we get in trouble, we get a whooping, and then he sends us outside to go play because the punishment's done. The worst of it's over. Unless it was like lying about a report card or a grade or something like that, then he'd make us like go read or do homework or copy every page out of the dictionary. You know, something studious.
Yeah. I gotta be honest though, when it came to like punishment, I wasn't really tripping. Unless they said those words. Unless they said those words, no TV tonight, and a fucking game is coming on. I'm like, oh no! You fucking kidding me?
Just
the game coming on tonight. I'm like, I would be like, man, my parents mean as fuck. That's when I'd be like really tripping. Like, y'all horrible parents.
Oh man, and my mom had Pernell Whitaker like hand speed when it came to smacking you in the mouth. My mom, if you said something out of line, that hand was flying towards your mouth in no time.
She had
like,
you
remember Rush Hour?
Yeah.
Rush Hour and Chris Tucker was like, "Which one of y'all kicked me?" Yeah, you didn't know where that hand was coming from.
Oh, yeah, but
you can't even smack your kids in the mouth no more.
No, man, you lose your kids.
What's going on in this world?
Yeah, man.
You lose your kid and you're doing time.
But I don't think there's no better feeling when I feel like when this happens to you, I feel like you're like, oh my God, I'm a grown ass man. When your mom hits you and it don't hurt no more.
Yeah.
You're like, shit.
That is such a beautiful realization to come through, and it's also scary.
Yeah.
Because if she realizes it or he realizes it too, that means they're not coming with like check hooks and jabs. They're coming with haymakers from now on.
Yeah. So you gotta fake it. You gotta fake
really,
it hurt.
Yeah, you don't really want them to know that. I remember my last whooping because it didn't hurt. I had to fake cry, so he'll stop. But I remember getting back in my room and I just stopped crying, like, oh, okay, that shit's over. And I was wise beyond my years because I knew I need to straighten up because my dad's gonna realize that this crying ain't real.
Yeah.
So I got in trouble a lot less after that, like a lot less. I didn't get in no whooping trouble no more.
Yeah, but you got to be careful because it's very, very easy for you to put extras on it, and then they know, and then they tell you, stop crying now. You got to stop crying. But if you stop crying, you be like, then they know. Then they're like, you wasn't really.
You got to be somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a dilemma. That's a fucking dilemma.
My brother was with the theatrics when he used to get whooped. He's going to crack up when he hears this. My brother, when he got whoopings, he'd be flailing, screaming like he caught the Holy Ghost. Oh man, my brother was a nut when he would get whoopings. It was hysterical.
Yeah, man. You can't when you get whooping, you can't go full Denzel when you get whippings. You gotta keep it at Will. You gotta keep it at Will Smith level.
That's fair. Good callback. Yeah, man. I remember last thing about whoopings, because I could go on for days about whoopings, is I remember one time me and my brother, we got in trouble for something. We were real young. So my mom was giving us whoopings, and for whatever reason, my mom would whoop us on our hand. And my brother was up first. He was the oldest. He was up first. My mom flung the belt back. The belt flew out of her hand, and then my brother started laughing. My mom got so mad, and my dad instigated. He was like, "Oh, he's laughing." My mom got so mad, beat the shit out of my brother. Oh man, poor kid.
Dang.
My mom didn't have slippery hands. She had slippery hands, and shit never happened.
Oh man. So I guess what age do you start whipping your kids? You know what I mean?
Like whooping, like with a belt, or like like with an open hand, like on the butt or something.
Well, see, I think those days of whipping with a belt are over, man. I think gotta be just like
for who?
You gotta give them like taps now.
I don't know about all that.
For my kids, I can't. I'll never do a belt. I just do the upside the head method. But objects, nah. Switches, nah.
Hey, I gotta cross that bridge. I guess I do have a daughter, so there's like, I don't believe that I could discipline my daughter like I would discipline my son.
Yeah.
Because there are times where double standards do benefit you, ladies, and this would be one of them. I don't think that you should whoop a little girl like you whoop a little boy. Like a little girl, man, you don't want her to get used to that kind of treatment. A little boy, toughen up.
Yeah.
Like I could smack my son upside the head, but I would never smack my daughter upside the head.
Yeah, I hear you on that, man. Yeah. My son's getting thrown across the room. But the daughter...
absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't wait to put my son through a wall. And that was a shout out to the Bill Burr Netflix show on called Ethics for Family. He always talks about putting his son through the fucking wall, and that shit cracks me up every time.
Oh, wait. You said that's not a podcast. It's a special, like a comedy special?
No, it's a animated comedy on Netflix.
Oh,
Ethics for Family.
Hey, do you think he's funnier than what's his name? Louis C.K.?
Yes, I do. I personally, I'm not a huge Louis C.K. fan.
Really?
I think Louis C.K. is kind of funny. I think Bill Burr's hilarious.
Shout out to Bill Burr, man. I go back and forth on it.
Bill Burr's a real dude, man. Saw him live, and like, there's very few times where you get to see your favorite people live. Like, I saw Jay live. That shit was dope. I saw Mike play. That was obviously life changing. Bill Burr's one of my favorite comedians, and it was amazing to see him live. So yeah,
I forgot you saw Jordan playing in his heyday. That's dope.
Yeah, man, 96, right after they beat the Sonics in the championship.
Oh man,
right before the 96-97 season.
That's a great year. That was a great year to see Mike play, man. Dang.
Yeah, man, and he brought out the 12s for that game before they dropped. Like, this is a preseason game. Brought out the 12s before they dropped, the white and red ones. And I was like, I need those, Mom. Can I please have those? Mom hooked it up when they came out.
The fact that Jordan played NBA games on those heavy-ass 12s makes him the GOAT alone. I had the 12s, and those things was heavy as fuck, man. Heavy as fuck.
Yeah, they aren't very light shoes, man, but they perform great. Like, you feel like your foot's really secure in those things too. Like,
I agree with that, yeah. And they had the tread on the bottom was like amazing. Like, I was playing basketball outside.
Unlike the 31s. 31s have some of the worst traction of a basketball shoe I've ever experienced. Now, the 30s, though, the 30s were some of my favorite shoes to hoop in ever. They're like my top 5 shoes to hoop in.
Did you ever rock the Questions?
Of course I did.
Yeah, those are dope. What color did you have?
Yeah, I had the all white, black toe. I always wanted the white with the red toe, but I never got them when they came out. Yeah,
man. I had 2 pairs. I had one to play in and one to just wear at school, man. Those are dope. And I had the Answers too. Those are pretty dope.
I had those too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Iverson. Damn.
Oh yeah. Oh man, but anyway, man, I gotta get going.
All right, man. That's what's up, man. It was good chat, man. Like always, bro.
Oh man, I always have a good time talking to the homie, so I appreciate you.
That's what's up, bro.
Hey, man, we're just a couple suburban hood niggas trying to make it out here.
Amen, brother. Amen.
All right, man. Take it easy. Holla at you.
All right. Thanks. Thanks for listening to Fried Bologna.
Please be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and Google Play to catch a new episode every Monday at 7 a.m. Pacific.
And check us out on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube for even more content.
Fried Bologna,
a hood delicacy.
Hey, mind your fucking business. Don't get poking your nose in. I'm blowing up. Rocks illuminate.